There's Chris Middleton right there. He has 3 straight 25-point games, tied for the longest streak in his career, including the regular season.
I haven't watched the clip, but when the play happened, I thought I'm going to be out for a year, so I'm just happy that two games later, I'm back.
Crowder to Bridgers up inside, blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a recovery.
He's put his head down and made plays. He put pressure on his son's defense.
Antetokounmpo gets in.
How many hours were you spending a day trying to get that knee ready?
24.
If you're Milwaukee, you've got to be so encouraged by what he was able to do 1 week after that hyperextended knee injury.
The Bucks actually outscored the Suns by a point in the 35 minutes Giannis played in Game 1. They were outscored by 14 when he was off and didn't attempt a single free throw. Yesterday, Giannis gave us a status update on his injured knee.
I felt good. I was out there, so I felt good. Tried to, help my team in any way possible. But going to Game 2, can't predict the future. But my body feels good.
Back with Wilbon and Perk. Wilbon, you and I discussed this at the beginning before Game 1, and we talked about how if it were up to us, neither of us would have played Giannis in Games 1 or 2. I know he was back on the court. I know he looked relatively decent, even though he didn't still look like himself. Do you think it was a mistake for the Milwaukee Bucks to play him in Game 1?
No, I've done a 180.
Okay.
With some assistance from former players, greats, Avery Johnson and Isaiah Thomas. And I know Perk was in this position. Those guys, I sat with them and watched that game, and they talked about how badly they wanted to play in an NBA Finals for the first time.
Right.
And when you listen to former players talk about this, Stephen A., the caution that we as outsiders thought was better advised.
They throw it to the wind.
They throw it to the wind. And they talk about the sheer will of wanting to play. And you look at Giannis, if we had been told that he was going to have a 20-whatever and 17 rebound game, we wouldn't have taken that position before Game 1.
Perk, what about you, real quick? Do you think it was a mistake to play Giannis in Game 1?
No, I agree with Wilbon, Stephen A. Look, we all worry about winning championships, but we take making it to the finals for granted. Giannis, look, when you get to the finals, you don't know if you're going to ever make it back to the promised land. So if you have an opportunity and you could go out there and embrace that opportunity for a whole entire series, then you take advantage of it. Remember, I was a guy that tore my ACL in the finals. And in my mind, I was wondering, am I ever going to get this opportunity again?
Let's go back to you, Wilbon. What are your expectations for Giannis tonight?
A great game. If he physically can do it, if he looks like he did in Game 1, and he's probably going to be better, it stands to reason, and he gave us that indication yesterday. Great game. I mean, a 35-point, 12 to 15 rebound game where he is not goofing around from 3, all right, but is within 12 feet of the basket, offensively and defensively, potentially dominating the game. I expect a great game from Giannis
Well, you
tonight.
say goofing around with the three-point shot. I say looking horrible shooting the three-point shot. How about shooting 10 feet and then how about that?
Yeah,
What about you, Perk? What are you expecting? What are you expecting from Giannis tonight in Game 2, Perk? What are your expectations for him?
I'm expecting Giannis to be the best player on the floor tonight. I'm expecting Giannis to be the 2-time MVP that we've been witnessing over the last couple of years. Here's why. When he came back in Game 1, you have to realize when the guy's out and you watch your team while you're injured have success without you, you try to come in and try to fit in, right? Giannis took 11 field goal attempts. That's not happening tonight. The Bucks don't need Giannis to try to fit in. The Bucks need Giannis to be Giannis, and let's go out there and dominate. I'm expecting them to have 20-plus shot attempts tonight. I expect him to come out and be the Greek freak and be aggressive. He's going to be the best player on the floor tonight.
I agree with both of y'all. I agree with you about the 180. I agree with you about how we both expect Giannis to look in Game 2. All three of us expect Giannis to look in Game 2 tonight. But I'll also say this. It's not just about him looking good. He needs to make sure other dudes look good as well, like Drew Holiday. It can't be he only shows up when Giannis does it. But when Giannis is there, he forgets how to play. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.